Pride in the Park. This is where the gay community of my town have a festival, as you can probably hear, once a year. And it's fantastic. There's so much going on. There's music, stuff to eat, lots of beautiful people walking around, and a tent full of local organizations. And it looks like one of the stalls they have set up here is LGBT Christian Society in my local area. Well, that doesn't seem to go together. I think I better find out a little bit more about this. What are you?
LGBT Christian Fellowship. Meet once a month. It's really nice, really low key. There's cake, chat. People range from quite Christian to particularly Christian, and it's just, a chance to get together, really.
I was a Christian once.
Yeah, I know.
But not any longer. Not for any reason. I mean, I didn't say I'm not going to do this anymore. It's just I sort of fell out of it, really, and so.
Well, I mean, that wouldn't be if you wanted to come along, that completely wouldn't be a problem whether you define as a Christian or not. But obviously, it's up to you. Yeah.
So. Christian Fellowship. So, I mean, how do you get around the Bible verses and everything? Leviticus and Romans and all that.
Do you know what? How much of Leviticus do you actually worry about? Do you eat shellfish? Do you wear mixed fibres?
Well, no, but people pick and choose, don't they?
I know. Well, so exactly, it's ridiculous. And I think personally, I think the biggest message of the Bible is God loves us. And anything that conflicts with the idea that God loves us is, that's kind of your main hermeneutical point, if you know what I mean. Is God loves us, God created us, God did not create us by mistake.
Yeah.
And whatever the social mores were 2,000 years ago, that you have to start off with the knowledge that God loves us and that God did not make mistakes.
Well, there are parts of the Bible that say one thing, and in other parts of the Bible say the other thing. There's the whole love thing, but then there's the whole
judgment thing,
which Christians, especially in America, they seem to take to heart even now. It's an abomination. You must stone them, and Romans says the same thing.
I know. Actually, I don't think Romans says kill them. I think Romans a little bit harsh, Romans 1, but even so, I think if you look at the context of what they're condemning, it's not same-sex marriage. It's like temple prostitutes and stuff, which is a different thing. It's about exploitation. It's not about, to my mind, it's not about committed, faithful relationships.
So is your Christian fellowship, LGBT Christian Fellowship, is it okay with gay relationships?
Yeah, of course. Sorry, I mean, yes, it's there to support Christians, gay Christians who were in relationships. I mean, or who aren't in relationships, but the point isn't to be against the relationships.
So, what about sex? Is that allowed?
Yes.
It is?
Yes, I mean,
so you're very different from most
clearly not as part of the church, but, so...
But aren't you choosing what you want from the Bible and ignoring the Leviticus passages and...
Well, I mean...
What is it actually talking about?
Yeah, I think...
Is it talking about prostitution?
I think you've got to...
Is it talking about street people occasionally...
I think you've got to...
have sex together.
I think... Oh, that's a crocodile.
I don't really know what it's talking about when it talks
I heard that one.
Well, it seems pretty clear. It says, a man who lies with a man is an abomination, they must be stoned.
And it says...
Clear enough.
Why did Jesus come along?
Well,
that's another thing. If he came along to correct everything, that means the original stuff that his father set up was wrong, and I thought he was infallible.
Do you know, for me, it's just about a relationship. It's just about a relationship. If you think that God exists, and if you think that what God looks like is what is most like what Jesus looks like, then, in a sense, it does matter what the Bible says, but I'm not fighting with a book. I'm living in a relationship with a person, if that makes sense.
Like me, you're doing what you feel is right, and you're not hurting anyone else.
And I believe that what I'm following is Christianity. It's, I'm not kind of... I mean, I wouldn't condemn anyone for kind of just doing what they think is right. But I think that what I'm doing is A, right, and B, within Christian, it's within Christian doctrine. It's not I don't think, I make it up as you go and I'm a Christian. This is what I think that Christianity says, if you see what I mean.
Yeah, but you are interpreting. In a way, you're living more like a humanist.
There are some Christians that would say that. There's a lot of Christians, particularly in the UK, that wouldn't.
Yeah. But you understand that a lot of Christians, especially, I don't want to pointing it to America, but a lot of, right-wing evangelical is like, no, gay is wrong, we won't allow them in our church, you can't be gay.
But even now, it is changing. It's really...
This is quite a useful book as well.
Yeah.
It goes through all the passages
Yeah.
and it tries to actually make sense of them contextually.
Yeah.
Well, that's actually much better.
Yeah. So,
If you wanted to actually read a book about this.
Yeah. I mean, I have read sort of apologetics and all that, and it just seems to be making excuses for it. It's like, God doesn't really mean that. So how would you know what the infinite creator would or would not mean?
What does the Holy Spirit tell you? When you pray?
That depends if you believe in that or not. To me, when people say, the Holy Spirit told me, that's like, I basically decided myself. I listened to my own thoughts.
It's about me, I'm not about you.
I don't believe in that.
yeah.
It's never worked for me anyway when I was a Christian. So, I'm not trying to catch you out or saying, I'm saying I don't have the answer, but maybe you do. Yeah.
Well, I don't think we've got the answers, but I do think that we're committed to living this way, to living in relationship with God as we try and work them out. Does that make sense? It's kind of like, it's not about having the answers, it's about living the story.
Yeah.
I believe that Jesus Christ died and rose again, and that's shaped how I want to live my life, and that's it for me, really. But anyway, turn up if you fancy it. So this is us.
Yeah.
You can find us on Facebook if you fancy.
Yeah.
Or sign up if you want to get emails.
Yeah.
They're not like sponsored emails, but equally come along if you fancy.
Well, do you get any pushback from other Christian groups to say you're doing the wrong thing? This isn't right.
I don't think so. It's part of the Methodist Church.
Yeah.
I'm sure that if we went out and tried to find some other Christians to have a big fight with, there would be somewhere that wouldn't have a big fight with us. But that's not what it's about.
Yeah. Well,
Do you know
good.
what I mean?
Good.
It's about just supporting each other. Really.
Yeah.
So.
I'm glad they don't. I'm glad they don't.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
Lovely
Anyway.
to meet you.
Thank you.